Hello and welcome to our video today where we are exploring the question, how to pray. How should I pray and to whom should I pray? And does any of that really matter? Well, there's so much packed into this simple question, how to pray or to whom should I pray? It is all very important. And so we are embarking on a journey. There is absolutely no way that we could answer all of these questions in one video unless you want to let this video roll on for hour after hour after hour. And so what I want to encourage you to do is to join us on this journey. If you have a specific question about prayer, please leave a comment. Let me know so that I can perhaps do a future video that would answer your specific question, or at least get you some resources to help answer your question. There is a complex interweaving of so many truths when it comes to prayer. Because just like when you build a house, do you start by painting the walls or putting on the roof? No, you have to start with the foundation. And just as it is when you say how to pray, that is a loaded question in some ways because it implies that you're approaching prayer with a belief in some kind of a higher power. Who is this deity, or some would say deities, plural? Who is this being that you're praying to? And those who do not believe in a higher power would probably not be watching this video most likely because there's no point in prayer. And so why would they want to know how to pray if there's no one that hears those prayers, if this is all just we're on our own on this ball of dirt that we call planet Earth? So we've got a lot of worldview questions that we've got to answer. And we're going to be unpacking these things as we move forward in these videos. I want to keep my videos short and to the point and trying to answer one question at a time as we build our foundation and move on to the rest of the structure that we're putting together in what we can call a house of prayer. And so as we begin, let's start by asking that basic question. Is it important who I pray to? Are all prayers to any being, any higher power, equally valid? And can I say, no, they are not. And why is that? And you say, man, you're being very narrow-minded. The answer to that question should be unequivocally yes. But you say absolutely not. You are just narrow-minded. That's it. I'm done. I'm turning this video off right now. I'm tired of hearing that. I don't even want to hear what you've got to say. Well, I encourage you, please hear me out. Think about this from math. What's the answer to 2 plus 2? What's the answer to 2 plus 2? If you said 4, what would you be? You'd be correct. You'd be right. If you said 5, 6, 7, 8, any number between 5 and infinity, you would be what? You would be wrong. So if you say 2 plus 2 is 4, could I accuse you of being narrow-minded? Why can't it be 5? Why can't it be 6? Why can't it be 7? Why can't it be 10,000, 70, 100 as my young kids would make up some kind of fictitious number? Why can't it be one of these crazy numbers? It's because 2 plus 2 is 4. That is narrow, but is that narrow-minded? No. Why? Because truth, by its very definition, is narrow. Some would argue, well, that applies just to mathematics and those kinds of things. That doesn't apply to religion. Well, why do we put religion off into another corner? It's like we look at the world through this idea that there is truth and that we operate our lives on truth in every other area of our life except for this issue of religion. Why is that? Is it because deep down we know that there's a truth, but we just don't want to go there because that would really change the way that we're living our lives? It could be. It could be. Think about your safety. If you drive down to the red light and the light is the color red, what does that mean? It means stop. Do you get to define that for yourself? No, someone else has defined that law for you, and it's done to keep us safe. You can't say, well, I'd like it to be green. You know, for you, that red ball in the stoplight means stop, but for me, it means go. For others, they can make up their own definition and make it whatever they want it to be. No, truth has to be narrow, and we don't accept that in our money. You don't go to the bank with a $500 check and go back the next day and the bank says, well, to you it's $500, to us it's $5. You've got your truth and definition of the worth of this currency, and we've got ours. We could apply this to medicine, going to the pharmacy and picking up a prescription. Could you imagine how disastrous it would be if the pharmacist decided to just determine how the medication would work for you? Our medicine, our money, our safety, our children, our food safety, our water safety, all of these things are dependent upon truth and narrow definitions of truth. Why do we set religious truth into its own category? Just simply because we don't want to tell anyone that they may be wrong in their belief. And so what does all this do about teaching us how to pray? We are building the foundation, because if you just pray to the air, you're praying to the air. How can we pray in such a way that we can get our prayers answered? That's what we want to dig in and find out. And that's what future videos are going to unpack. Well, who should we pray to? And that's what we're going to be exploring. So I hope that you'll join me on this journey, and I hope that you will jump into the conversation. Please comment so that I may answer some questions that you have concerning prayer and the one that we pray to, and all of these kinds of things. And we'll do our best as we continue on this journey together, discovering how to pray. Thank you for joining me today. And you can reach out to us through our YouTube channel and by commenting below, or other social media channels, and we'll put that information down in the description. Until next time, thank you for joining me.